Hello everyone, my name is Modanai, and I've received a few requests from you to do a tutorial about how to import the original model from Dota 2 into the softwares to create sets and new custom skins for the game. So yeah, what we're gonna do now is exactly that. So to start, we're gonna import Draw Ranger today into the game. So to start, we're gonna do it from zero, completely from the beginning. We're gonna start from www.dota2.com/workshop, and from here, what we can do is download the models. So we go into technical requirements and models, and here, if you scroll down, you're gonna see we have the list of all the models that we can edit for now in Dota 2. The list is it's fairly complete, but there are a few models still missing, like Zeus or Visage, and all this kind of characters. Let's move on. Let's pick Draw Ranger, which is here, and in this page, just for Draw Ranger, you can see the bio. But most importantly, you're going to see a download Draw Ranger model, and especially the limit of triangles that we have for each slot of the character. So we're going to have like the texture size, and in total it's going to be like it's 7 slots. So what we can edit in Draw Ranger model are seven things. Let's download the model in the meanwhile. So save file. We're gonna have to wait in real time. I'm sorry for that, but yep. As I said, we're gonna do it like from the beginning to the end. So I'm really not prepared for anything. We might encounter some technical problems. It happens sometimes, but never mind. So now that we downloaded the model, we are going to, let me open another. Okay, we are going to drop it in here. I don't think I ever did anything for Draw, in fact, so we are going to create a new folder for it. I'm going to move this here. Sorry guys, this is gonna take a second. Hopefully. Okay. And then Draw Ranger. We're gonna create a folder with this exact same name. It's not important, but it's how I organize my stuff pretty much. Here you're gonna see like 2 folders. Well, first of all, again, I'm gonna do another folder, and because I'm gonna use this folder as my main folder, so I want things to be organized. So another folder called, again, Draw Ranger, same. And I'm gonna drop this 2 in there. And then I'm gonna do a new folder called working files. Work files, actually, not working files. Alright. So, again, what I was saying, in these 2 folders, you're gonna find the geometries for the model and the textures, alright? So in models, you're gonna find the geometries, and we can go to it, and you're gonna have FBX, Maya, and SMD. Now, what I usually prefer is SMD, which is kind of the format that Dota uses. So you're kind of gonna have like less data loss when you import from SMD. To import from SMD into 3dsmax, you're gonna need a plugin that you can find easily on the internet. So let's remember this folder. Let's go in here, 3dsmax, and do import. Now, desktop, Dota2 editing. I have my shortcut in here. Draw Ranger, models, arrows, draw. SMD, and here in SMD we have all these files, and each of them correspond to one of the slots, so That's fairly easy. We're gonna start with body, which is the most important because it's the base geometry. Now, if you're a 3D Studio Max user, one thing that you have to remember in this situation is convert from left-handed coordinate space, which means, as you know, 3D Studio Max has a different coordinate system from other 3D softwares, which is the Z is the dimension pointing up. Instead, most of the time, the dimension pointing up is the Y. So remember to check this to have your model not rotated 90 degrees down. Let's press OK. Here we go. Now we have our model with the bones. As you can see, the bones. And no textures. The textures are, we're gonna import them like immediately after. But first of all, let's import all the stuff regarding models, the model. Another thing to remember, it's, well, not important really, but I really prefer to put my geometries and separate the geometries from the bones pretty much. So it's easier actually to just select all the bones except, oh shit, except the geometry and do add selection to new layer. So there you go. And this is gonna be a layer called bones. And we're gonna keep it hidden. Actually, this thing has to be done at the end, as I totally forgot, because once we're gonna import the other parts, they're still gonna import the bones, all of them. So just think like it to remember. I don't know if those bones are gonna end up in that folder. Probably yes, actually, because they're gonna have the same name, so they're gonna just overwrite. Let's import all the other stuff just in order. It's really not important. Yeah, something weird's happening. Skip. What? Okay, see? Already first problem. Something happened here. I fucked up also. Let's redo this, because there was some problem. I don't know what is it. Import arms, yes. Okay, all right. Okay, so I've mistaken before, and I actually. Okay, so there is one more bone in this item for some reason. We're gonna throw it in there. I hope this is not going to create problems at the end. Let's do the same with all our other items. Let's hope there's not going to be, yeah, there's going to always be this kind of problem apparently. Never mind. So we have the cape, import, back body we did, head. Weird. So weird. Never happened to me to have that kind of problem before. So we have the hood. Import again, legs. I still don't know what the misc item is. Okay. Nice, we can do the whole feet apparently, because like draw range doesn't have, the base model doesn't have feet, so we have to remodel those completely. Which is cool. Okay, the misc is the quiver. Cool stuff. Let's remember that. Unfortunately, it's a bit tedious to, you know, have to import everything manually. That's how it works. Okay, convert. Okay. This was the shoulder pads. Cool. Import, we have one left, which is the bow. Alright. Oh man. That error is so annoying. And the bow is here. Sorry. So, now that we have this stuff, what we're gonna do next is import our, okay, let's, what the fuck, dude? why all these are they're new bones that were not there before, but whatever. Okay, not a big deal. Let's put all these geometries. I'm not gonna rename them, but if you want to be like, you know, or all like do things right, you should rename them, but I'm not gonna do that. Create a new layer, and we're gonna drop them inside there, and this layer is gonna be original geom. Okay, so we have our original geometry in there. We're gonna drop in some textures, which we are gonna take from this other folder. Let's go back to Draw Ranger, material. And here we should have all the textures we need pretty much. All you're gonna need for now is the color textures, so all these. I'll do right now one thing that I will need for later for ZBrush. So ZBrush doesn't import TGA, so we're gonna transform these, convert them to JPG. So let's do this, let's open. I'm going to the folder. I'm using XMView for this. It's usually fairly simple, done by like that. If I could see a list, that'd be great. Okay, so let's pick all the colors, color maps, color, there we go. And we're gonna do convert into JPEG. So we're gonna create like a copy of those textures, but they're gonna be JPEG. And so we can import them also into ZBrush, because that's gonna be the next step. Let's close this because we don't need it anymore. Let's use the JPEG also into 3dsmax. Who cares? Just let's turn the soft illumination to the maximum, because we don't want to see shading in here. There you go. Fortunately, my viewport settings are shit for some reason. Let's pump them up to the maximum. Nope. Alright, there you go. Much better. I think I'm mistaken some filtering in there, but let me check again, sorry. Yeah, let's leave linear to that. So there's gonna be some filtering instead of just pixels. Alright, let's drop all our textures in here. Quiver, shoulder. What is this? Ah, the head one. Yeah, for some reason the naming sometimes it's really weird. I think I've imported everything. For some reason there are 8 slots in here. They're supposed to be 7 though. I don't know what's going on. Oh yeah, of course there's also the base. Never mind. So let's move on. This one was what? The bow? Yeah. There's a guessing game now. Because of course I have to understand what texture I am. Okay, that was wrong. That was right. Yes. Okay. Wrong. Shoulder pads, wrong. I guess that's the mantle. Yes. Guessing game, wrong. Okay, these were the legs. What is this gonna be? Shoulder pads? No. This is probably the quiver. No? Or yes? Yes, actually. Yeah, this is actually weird though. What texture is this? Quiver. So why those arrows are so bad? Weird. Really weird. Okay, let's move on. We don't care too much about the texture at this point. So it's really not so important. So this is the head, I remember, and this is the shoulder pads. Cool. So we have our Draw Ranger into 3dsmax with bones, and bones are here. Okay, we're gonna save this, and then we're gonna import this stuff into ZBrush. So let's do this, save file as, okay, let's go back to Dota 2, Draw Ranger, work files. We're gonna create a folder named Max. This is gonna be Draw 01 import. And so this is our starting point. Cool. Now to ZBrush, we're gonna select all our geometries. Cool. And what we're gonna do is export selected. I have a hotkey for that because I use export selected a lot. We're gonna export that to, I think. Okay. Draw Ranger again, work files. I'll stay into Max. It's not really important. Just what is important is that we export it to OBJ. All right. So let's call it Draw X ZBrush. Okay. Let's see. Let's just pick ZBrush as a preset. Texture coordinates, yes. Export material, that's really not necessary. No optimizations. Cool. Actually, I'll throw in on some normals and smoothing grips, because why not? Export. Cool. Now, ZBrush. What we're going to do into ZBrush is import. First of all, Draw Ranger, Max, and here we are. Okay, here's our Draw Ranger geometry. We're going to go into edit mode. And as you can see, at the moment is just one fixed, one unified subtool. What we're gonna do first of all is separate everything, because it's really, we can't really do anything with it right now. And actually what we need mostly is the base geometry. So we're gonna do into split, and we're gonna do group split, because if you didn't notice, all these are different, how they called, polygroups. So having all different polygroups, if we do a group split, each one of these geometry is going to become a different piece. There you go. So now we have all of them separated, which is perfect. Okay, next move. We are going to subdivide them, because to apply polypaint textures, we're going to have like quite some resolution in the geometry. So let's go on geometry, take away the smooth, so it's not going to be smooth subdividing, but instead it's just going to stay like a low poly but with more polygons, and we're going to subdivide it like 5 times, I would say, and we're going to do that for all of them. Let's proceed in order, because I don't want a mistake. So nope. So we already did the shoulders. Okay, so we've done this for every item right now. Next thing, it's gonna be, let me think. So we really don't like this material, of course. To apply our textures, like we did in Max, where we add 100% of self-illumination, so that as we see, the model is going to look like flat, you know. But that's the best way to visualize this kind of textures. So to do the same, what we have to do is apply a flat material to this model, and then apply the textures on top. The problem is one, the flat color material in ZBrush, it's usually used to remove materials. So you cannot really apply to any geometry. So what I did in that case is to create another material, which has almost all the features of a flat color material, but it's not a flat color material. So we are gonna load it, and I don't remember where it is. Oh, there it is. So it's a basic material, so it's not flat, but it's full lit, and so it looks like it's flat. So now we got it. As you can see, it really looks almost the same. You can't tell the difference. By the way, the material is over there. What we're gonna do is go in Subtool Master and fill everything with color and material, because really for now we're gonna keep it white until we throw in the textures. And now we can see that all our model is flat, and now we're gonna drop in the textures. We subdivide it, we apply the material, we just need the textures. For the textures, we're gonna load all of them. We already did the JPGs. Where are they? Here. So we're gonna select all of these and just drop them in. Okay, let's put this here so it's easier. Cool. So let's start from the beginning. We have our base model. First of all, one thing that you always have to remember is that to apply a texture in ZBrush, you have to flip it first. Flip it in the vertical dimension. So let's do this, and then down here, we don't need geometry anymore. Down here we have polypaint. And we're gonna do polypaint front texture. Okay, and we have to turn on the RGB. Actually, not let's just do RGB because we already applied the material. Polypaint front texture, and there it is, nice and crisp. You can see, like, it's not perfect because it's still based on polygons, but it's really all you need to just start creating stuff around your model. So this is done. We're gonna do everything for the other. Polypaint front texture, remember to flip them all the time, because otherwise they're gonna look weird. Okay. This one was the arms, I think. Polypaint front texture, yes. This one is the cape. There you go. You don't have to look absolutely at the best resolution, as long as you can work with what you have. Did I flip it? I don't remember. Oh, yes I did. Okay, this is the quiver, which is so fucking weird texture wise. I probably could have used one more subdivision, but never mind. There you go. So here we have our Draw Ranger with all the textures imported inside ZBrush and 3D Studio Max. Now we're gonna save this as project, because as a project you're not gonna save the subtool here, but instead what you want to do is save here in file, And the only reason for that is that in this way the basic material with the full lit that we created and we did. By the way, I forgot about that. If you want to see the how do you say, properties of this material, I can show them to you around here. Okay, so we have maximum diffuse and maximum color diffuse, and all the rest I think is pretty standard. Maybe ambient is higher than standard, so I put it at 26. I guess, wait, would that change anything? No, not really. So ambient probably standard also there. So that's really all you need to do with a basic material, and that's gonna give you this effect without any shading and stuff, which is what I prefer for ZBrush. So as I was saying, for saving, you go to File, Save As, and it's gonna be a full project that you're saving. So it's gonna also remember the material. Draw Ranger, Workshop, new folder, CTL, and this is gonna be Draw Base Scene. There we go. And I guess that's all for this part of the tutorial, really. Really don't know if there's gonna be other parts, but anyway, yeah, I hope this solved some of your doubts, for example. A lot of people were asking me about this, so yeah, I hope this is useful. Cheers and see you next time. Bye bye.